It's a weekend, yeah.
Welcome back to the Weekend Edition. We've got another Afro Soul performance from our guest, Sakile Moleshe. But before we do that, we cut to our man on the streets, Brett Rogers, as he takes us across his home turf of Johannesburg.
When local band Goldfish became chart toppies in SA and Europe, it not only created a springboard for their careers, it also launched the unmistakable voice of Sakile Moleshe.
I'm in bustling Norwood, a neighborhood full of traditional Lebanese and Jewish restaurants that have been around since I was a kid. But Norwood's bringing some new to the old. There's some lovely new galleries and cafes, and it's here where I meet Sakile Moleshe, a vocalist of huge acclaim. But there is much more to him than the band Goldfish. Let's find out more.
A composer, poet and pianist, Sakile is a multi-talented artist in his own right. He performs as a soloist and also part of Soul Housing Project, a multinational band who combine trip-hop soul with jazz, house and a touch of drum and bass.
Sakile,
Hey,
how are you,
how
man?
you doing?
Nice to see you, bro.
Fantastic, good to see you too.
Thanks for inviting me to your hood, man.
Yes, welcome to my hood, Norwood.
Norwood, no hood. Norwood, I like it.
Yeah.
So, why Norwood, man? What's your deal with this place?
Well,
it's strange, man.
It is strange. And that's what I love about it. I recently moved from Cape Town to Joburg, and I thought Norwood would be the perfect place. I used to live in Observatory in Cape Town, you know, and that's kind of got lots of bars, food. It's got like, I mean, you can see over here, they're blowing glass over there, selling t-shirts. You can get a coffee. There's a place to grab some craft beers.
And these beautiful art galleries over here as well.
Exactly. So it's kind of one of those things where you can take a Sunday stroll, you know, with your family or significant other and just really just relax. And
A Sunday stroll.
Yeah.
Sunday stroll is not the kind of word I expect to hear from a superstar musician. You have to wear the big glasses to hide yourself from public. And...
No, I don't do the incognito thing. I love bumping into people. The reason why I come here, it's an open space. I can catch someone who's maybe having their breakfast, join them and have a drink and just relax. It's really somewhere where I can not worry about too many things and just take it all in.
I want to talk about your music, and I want to talk about your life and find out a bit more about you. So what does Sakile love doing?
I think I love food, I love music, and I love nature. I think those are the top three things that keep me balanced, focused, and inspired.
So you can cook, you can do things.
Yes, I can cook. I can cook for musicians. Like before rehearsal, you know, you never know, someone might be hungry, and I just love to have the food prepared there before the politics of having to ask what's on, you know. So
Wow, you actually prepare food before or at the venue?
at my house.
At your house?
I can show you.
Yeah. Let's. I don't need to eat any more of this.
No, this
Let's
is
eat
good.
musician food.
Yes, let's do it.
Awesome, thank you.
Besides being a genuinely nice guy, Sakile loves interacting with people and learning about different cultures. This is probably why he's got some interesting flavors in his cooking.
Okay, so welcome to my bachelor pad. As you can see, very small kitchen. Today I'm just making some boiled potatoes, but one of my favorite ingredients here actually, and what brings out the best flavors, is the chorizo and the Emmentaler cheese. And basically you just fry that in some red onion and chili oil with some fresh cherry tomatoes. For now, let's put the potatoes in the microwave as we don't have much time to boil, and get going.
Traveling extensively has seasoned this musician, but a lot of his creativity has been developed through his time living in Cape Town and now in Joburg, where he makes an effort to be part of artistic circles, collaborate, and of course, cook good food.
Okay, so our potatoes are ready. So we basically just cut them straight apart. And there we go. If you were in the kitchen, you would smell the aroma of that chorizo. Kind of just line the potato like that. And then we lay our Emmentaler cheese over, which just kind of just melts over the top of the potato. Really delicious. Well, that's it from me. This is my Sunday lunch, just waiting for the cheese to melt, and then it's all mine.
Sakile got his big break when he sang lead vocals for tracks on Goldfish's second album, Perceptions of Pasha, and his voice has become instantly recognizable on numerous hit songs.
So you got multiple skills. We've established that. But the skill that people care about most with yourself is music. What was your introduction into music? How did you find your love for it?
I started off kind of mumbling and rapping and walking past the music school, and one music teacher called me over and he was like, do you know Frank Sinatra? Do you know Louis Armstrong? You know, and that introduced me to jazz. And I went further, you know, just took a gamble and went to study jazz at University of Cape Town, which is where I met Dom and Dave from Goldfish, who took me all around the world and gave me the most epic journey in my 20s. And now I find myself at a point where I have to define myself and what is it that is Sakile Moleshe in the musical sense.
This question might be slightly off topic, but if you're going on a beautiful long drive, you've got a cabriolet, you've got a beautiful friend beside you, what are you listening to? If it's not yourself, I'm sure you're not listening to yourself.
I love listening to bird calls. I love listening to the ocean. Any kind of natural sounds, you know, grass blowing, like, oh, the wind is really strong and it's creating like a great sound. I love to tune into that because it's not pretentious. It's got nothing to do with the music business. It's natural sound, which is always there if we take the time to tune into it.
That is not the answer I expected. Not at all.
I'm glad.
Sakile, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and your space and your music and your cooking.
Yeah.
And I'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you, brother.
An artist who has worked in genres which span from big beats in electronica to the harmonies of African jazz. Sakile is an intriguing character and much more than just a great voice.
What a lovely morning with Sakile. We've seen his cooking and music skills, but nature is where he truly comes alive. So that's where we'll see him next.
It's a weekend.